be my turn.
Quick on my feet, huh? Agile, right? I have room for the squirrels to have a place to live.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, taking care of the wildlife.
It's getting hotter. Coats are off, except for an hour or two in the mornings. It's getting hot. You've seen us fix tankers and pup trailers, but now we got to get water to them. So Ray's like, hey, the Arizona strip is killing my truck. Like, my ladder's falling off. It's getting more and more wire on it. It's busted up here. And he's like, if Kyle falls, he's like, I don't have a ladder. Now imagine old man Kyle Gomer trying to get up here with a broken ladder. He's like, if he falls and slips, it's not going to end well. So he's wanting to do a little maintenance to this truck, cut that off, put a step. He would like some steps on the side so you can get up, and hauling your water pump, your suction hoses, discharge hoses. That'll fill a pickup in itself.
Right.
So Ray's like, if we could make a box that will hold the water pump. I had one mounted permanently at one time because it's got a muffler for it and it's plumbed somehow to it.
Must have had a pump and a motor on it right there at one time.
But he likes pumping out of his ponds. He's like, I don't really want the pump there. He's like, I've got lots of hoses. He wants a box with a lid so he can just lock it, leave it with the truck, take it out when he needs it.
Hopefully we can just cut all that stuff off of there and use that for the frame.
So he wants one on the other side to match it. But it needs 2 feet. We got to build lids in the side to enclose this thing.
Just to keep honest people honest.
Yeah.
Basically.
Let's go check out the driver's door.
We got to do something with that step too. I don't know.
We'll just run into it the other way.
Oh, there you go. That'll work.
I don't know if this is a Freightliner thing or just this year. I don't know what year this is. But the old cab is giving way. The door won't hardly shut.
It's broken
because
too.
The cab's just flexing. You go to shut the door and it just pushes the lock in. Or the pin, the striker. I think if that was welded,
yeah,
it would fix it.
That'll fix it.
Then so a matching box on this side so you can throw pumps and hoses. Like those pup trailers, they've got, I don't know if they're PVC or aluminum.
They're aluminum.
They've got big sleeves down the side so you can put your hoses in it. I think he wants one of those. 2 of those.
He just wants them out of PVC though.
So he could put his suction hoses. So we thought of running them just above the fenders. I guess this would look better. I think we've got to go 6-inch for his fittings. We could run 2 pipes the whole length of this.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
He just wants this old truck so he can just get in it and drive it, go haul some water. And those are just a few little pet peeves that need a little attention.
And we got to build 2 lids for the top. He can't fill it up because it sloshes half his water.
We don't have those pipes.
They're right here. These pipes right here are part of his fill system.
I was looking in the other junk pile.
And they need a little love.
Let's go look at this one.
He actually thought somebody had tried to weld steel to aluminum because you can see all the weld is there.
You can see that it fits right in.
But
it didn't stick. It was dirty.
They didn't clean it. Yeah. We'll fix that.
So that was his main fill, necked up over into the lid. So he can't fill it. There's some things going on with it. Everybody needs to haul water. We did finally get some pretty decent snow, little rain in places. It didn't hit everywhere. That's how it feels. Like your fence line, your neighbor's fence line a mile away got good rain and nothing.
Right.
Depends on where you're at, you're getting water, but we'll see if we can't at least make it so we can fill it and drain it.
Okay.
Build some boxes. Well, let the work begin, I suppose. We're back to in the shop. We're going to bust out the plasma, whittle some stuff off, get that ground up, cleaned up again, and these things on this box. We'll get those out. That's giant. See if we can't work with something fresh and new. So let's get going. What's this box material?
This is going to be a box. It doesn't look like it, but it's going to be a box.
2-foot box. We'll get some sawhorses, lay that thing out as soon as old Dave brings them back. He's been using them. So Dad can start laying out, cutting out boxes, and we'll get that ready.
There we go.
Got my work skins on. It's too hot for jackets, so we just put some sleeves on today. That's a sweet muffler. It's all busted up. This is looking pretty good and flat. Grind that up. The box is going to go right down inside these. And we'll have to be flat under this so we can hook his hose up. That's as clean as you can cut.
That's it.
Doesn't look too bad. This fender is pretty much riding on the tire. I tried to tighten it up and the insert is just spinning inside. So I unbolted it and I can't pound it off. It's got a slit right there. We're gonna have to pound that open, fillet it open, see if we can get this off the insert. All right, so this thing was just spinning. There's a nut on the inside and aha, there's a bolt. So socket and extension, we can tighten that back up. And then no more fender rubby on tire stuff. Look at that, it's clear through. I'll go underneath with a wrench. Okay, if you can tighten her up. All right, let's go for a little stroll on the old creeper. He's gonna wedge it against the frame is the only problem.
Definitely gonna tighten it up though.
Keep going.
It's got
Better? We put the cut part down, we can clamp it, be good as new. I'll show you once we get it tightened up, we'll see how it looks.
I wasn't sure if I'd like these, but I like them.
You like them?
These work skins are nice.
You'll still get burns in your belly, in your shirt, but your arms, yeah, you don't have to wear a coat.
Yeah, I like them.
All right, back in we go. Let's change our sockets. Tighten our clamp up, have us a fender again. Well, yeah, we gained some clearance again. It almost needs one in the middle. The other side is pretty solid, but it's not cracked like this one. So we may end up adding one in the middle. At least it is out of the fender for now. Vehicles can get you in debt in a hurry. Tires, they're expensive. Transmissions going out, new payments for new ones. Back then, I could see PDS Debt could have been a nice resource. PDS Debt goes beyond the numbers to understand your unique and financial situation and craft a personalized plan that's just for you. There's no minimum credit score required. PDS Debt has an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, and that is because PDS Debt has helped tens of thousands of people get out of debt. So if you guys find yourself in credit card debt, personal loans, collections, or medical bills, PDS Debt is an awesome option to help you consolidate and customize a personal package for you to help get rid of some of your interest off the top. And so you're just 30 seconds away from being debt free. If you want to get your free assessment and find the best option for you right now at pdsdebt.com/frost. That's pdsdebt.com/frost. pdsdebt.com/frost. My brother's back.
Sometimes I'll pop in to see these yahoos.
He checks on me all the time. He's really good at small engines. I'm not patient enough. That's pretty much the main reason why. I've got a neighbor that said, hey, could you fix this generator for me? And I said, no, but my brother can. What ended up being wrong with it? It had been sitting a few years and all she knew was it wouldn't start.
Yeah, it's one of these small, basically handheld generators. So it has an eco mode on it. You flip the button there and it keeps it from idling up and keeps it on a really low idle. You flip it off, it throttles up. So it had a broken wire controlling that.
Gotcha.
Fuel pump had issues. I mean,
I didn't know if the handle being broke had something to do with it not running.
Yeah, the handle broke and it might have caused some problems because it broke the cover that sits over the eco thing. Probably cut the wire while it was there.
Gotcha.
And then sitting long enough, it gummed the carburetor up. Got a fuel pump, waited for that to get here, soaked the carburetor down to get it polished and pretty, and
Clean the carb out.
cleaned it out really nice. Soldered that wire back together.
How hard is it to start now?
All you have to do is put the choke on. The Hondas do not like to start without the choke.
Chokes. Really?
So you turn the vent on, the switch on, and the choke.
How many poles? Heck yeah. Dude, it wouldn't do that before. You just crank.
There's your throttle.
Idles
There you
down.
go. It idles down until you plug something into it like a grinder.
It'll light
If you're
right
not
up.
using the grinder, it'll throttle back down.
Works just like it's supposed to.
Yeah, these things are so nice.
That's sweet.
Nothing like a generator that you need and it doesn't start.
Right. Well, I'll call her. She'll be super happy. Week and a half turnaround time, and that was just waiting on
Waiting on parts. It was
parts,
only
fuel pump.
like 2 hours.
That's cool. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, you got it.
The back is all ground up, ready for the fill spout, I believe. How's your box coming?
It started.
It's missing two sides here.
Well, it's actually underneath that.
I don't know if you knew that or
I
not.
gotta pull those out. Yeah, this will be the front,
And then just set it.
It'll get a door, 2 doors that pull open like this.
Then we'll just set it in the framework.
Yeah.
Cool. I like it. It's coming together. This poor old water truck should be working shortly. Alrighty. Does that look like a box to you folks?
Kind of a box.
Everything but a lid. Some doors.
Yeah.
Let's test fit it.
Let's see what happens.
Let's see how it works here. Should slip right inside the angle iron, right?
I hope so.
It's tight. I think it narrows up at the front. The back, we've got a 1/2 inch.
It sure does narrow up.
Let's pick it up and set it down there in the back. Yeah, it slides right in the back. Dang, the front narrows up. It's close. The back fits perfect. Not the front. We've got some gappage.
On
And
both
then
sides.
it's tight.
Apparently whoever built that didn't square it.
It's not squared.
I think if we cut these 2 tacks out on each side and put that inside the box instead of
outside.
outside, it might fit.
That looks pretty nice. Cut it. Just put it on top and she fit. Got you a box. We could only go this tall because of the fill and the outlet. The other side, I believe, is going to be 2 foot, a little taller. Our box is made, so all it needs is some welding time, which one guy can do later. These pipes, they look like a pile of scrap metal.
Looks like something somebody threw together at one time.
I mean, it's got a transition, what's that, 3 to 4 inch?
Yep.
I mean, it definitely worked. But when the mounts let loose, it twisted the weak link and it twisted right off. So that flat metal is It's welded right here. We've got to rig their fill spout back up.
This ripped off on the top. I'm not sure how it bolted on.
We'll have to get up there and investigate a little farther.
I think this is what caused the whole break.
Once that let loose, then there was weight hanging.
Yeah, it didn't have a very good weld on that aluminum, and it just didn't hold it.
Aluminum's rough. The old water truck's getting a makeover. Woohoo, you about tripped. Next time it'll be my turn.
Quick on my feet, huh? Agile, right?
I almost pushed you just to make sure. But... All right, we have thrown the top half of this broken pipe piece up. So let's go bolt it to the lid. And then wherever it lands, we will know where to weld the rest of this on. Going over your hoist here. All right, we've made it. This just bolts onto here, obviously. You got that side. Seems to fit, right? Ray came and visited, and we just decided, mostly Dad, to lower this because it's not going to hurt anything.
Mostly Dad.
And he's right. I'm giving him credit.
I like to make things better, not do them the same.
Right. We're about to slide and fall. The back, what, like 8 inches?
It was 10 inches.
10 inches?
From that lip on the back to the bottom of the pipe.
And it's sagging, so the front, it's not level. So if we drop this old girl, then we can just weld the two pieces and not have a cobbled patch. This side's broke.
We just got to cut that.
Should we just cut the top and just have the extra come by?
Yeah, I think so.
Let me get a block we can put on.
I think it needs to be like a 2x4 under it.
Well, I was thinking that 4x6, so we can turn it either way. And wherever level is, we can just weld it.
I like that because it's sticking out past the tank a little.
Yeah, that's good.
That'll be better because he said before filling it, it run water all over.
Because it didn't all go in.
Yep, it was too high above it.
Go ahead and mark that.
About barely fits, doesn't it?
Got her cleaned up. If we can hold it up there and get it welded, we will have a fill spout, almost permanent fixture on the old girl again. There you go. Have to pound it when it's hot as you weld it.
Probably.
All right, we got 2 pieces of metal here that hold the downspout where it drops down in the tank, the neck of it. I've pressed one of them. Now we just need to make them match. I should have kept track of the pumps, but I didn't. So we'll just go a little ways. Hope for the best. Does that look about the same? That'll be close. How close are we? A little far. See how it looks. They close?
That's a little far.
Will it weld? Oh, that'll weld.
That one's good. That'll work.
That one's too far. Maybe had to straighten the last piece. But by golly, it's gonna work. check this out. Think that'll hold, Kyle? You'll feel safe climbing that, right? It was full of water from the solid welded in the bottom. So we drilled a hole, it ran water out. So it froze and broke, just like that side's froze. That'll happen.
More rusted through too.
The top's clear welded.
It's done.
Bolted down. For some reason, this got closer to the tank and we were getting that to fit. So we're gonna back this off a hair. You can see daylight through it. I don't know if the camera can. Yeah, I don't know. But you can see through it. It's not touching. Weld her up.
Don says we've stepped back into the Stone Age using my old manual fender.
And the reason I say that is we didn't even know how to set it up. It took us 25 minutes to get to this point.
It's been a day or two.
It's been a minute. But we're learning.
You're good.
Is that 90?
Yep.
So now, how wide do we want our step?
I think as tight as we can bend it. Oh. That's not quite a 90, is it? I don't know. It's bent in two places.
See, this has got to come up now because we're not quite level. Okay.
Now shove that through there.
More. Something like that.
Yeah, wiggle that up a little bit.
Stone Ages. But we are going to get it. Jump a hole. It should match the other side, right?
Yep. Yeah.
But it's not far enough, so we want
Needs to go two.
Something gave. Oh, pipe collapsed.
Oh, this is coming out.
Let's come out.
What that?
Dang it. That sounds better.
Okay. There we
Probably
go.
wouldn't have collapsed the pipe if that wouldn't have let loose. Too late now.
It's working itself up as it turns.
Too late now. Dang it. That's ugly.
Really can't.
Dang it. That's all right.
Nothing to do but live with it.
It's junk. Yeah, it's junk.
Maybe we'll redo that one. Maybe that one was for
That was for practice.
Number 3 is a success. Let's go see how it looks on the old
We do
ride.
it nice because we do it twice, but 3 times in the charm.
That's 2. One's on the table. You know what? We just wasted half a length of pipe. That's about all we did.
It's not bad.
Gomer, he'll use that.
And we just put a kicker down off of that one leg to the middle or something.
Yeah.
You could even tip that down just a little bit more. Like
So it's
that.
more hanging.
Then it's a little easier that first
We
step.
don't want to make it too easy on it. Been kind of a busy morning. We've been working on this water truck. We got a lot done today so far.
Fenders are welded. We was going to extend our spout out, but that is not going to work because it's the same level as the frame. It would have busted something. So we're back. You're just going to have to reach over a box. So sorry, Gomer, but that's what you're going to have to do. Let's go look at the back. The steps on. You can climb right up the back now. The ladder's a pretty good handle. The ladder's welded to the pipe, and we're welded up there. So the fill spout's on. I don't know. Don't know what it looked like before, but that looks pretty nice.
It was about 10 inches higher on the roof, on the top of the tank
It
before.
had to have been pretty tall before.
We got the mirror fixed. The mirror was broke
Oh yeah,
off.
mirror, we're just getting after it, huh? Got some PVC to bolt to the side, make some saddles, and bolt it.
Those will be nice.
We got to build one more box, one more framework,
I think we can actually put it on the frame, bolt it
Yeah.
in,
and do the same thing.
and get the box. Then I can weld all the boxes tomorrow.
Get to that part, and then build a box. You couldn't see out of the mirror. It was busted, so it was sagging, vibrating, bouncing. Kyle approved. The mirror is good. It's getting hot outside. Cows are getting thirsty, so he's going to put her to work. All right. We've got 2 boxes tacked together. Definitely bigger than little fella. What are you building?
Building straps. I'm going to put these in my pipe bender and make them round. And then they'll go from right here around that pipe to there and hold the pipe in.
The 2-inch suction tube, the banjo fittings was 5-inch, but they don't make 5-inch. So we've got some 6-inch PVC.
Have room for the squirrels to have a place to live.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, taking care of the wildlife.
Let this stuff rot instead of the hoses. As soon as we get those made, we'll bolt this into place. We got 3 of these made to go right around this. Hydraulics are cheating, but you know what? We like cheating. Cheating's easy. We're gonna make some circles. Right there. Skid that right on by it. Perfect. That'll be close enough to get them started.
Yeah.
A little shortish. We might have to get a longer bolt.
In there.
If you can't tell, we've been struggling. We got them bent. They were just a hair long. So we drilled a hole, cut them off, rolled
I
them.
got my arm took off the drill press.
I heard a clang and a bang. He didn't even swear.
No,
Didn't throw anything. It was weird.
it was weird.
Like, what in the heck? Couldn't have been that bad. Like, it must have scared him.
Well, we got one side done. Now we'll turn around and do the other side, so it's easy to get to.
Uh-oh. I shouldn't have turned the camera on.
Just run out of aluminum. I knew I was close.
Your welds are getting better the farther we go throughout the day. Maybe I'm getting better at buffing paint off. Yeah, see.
I think a little both.
We cut us a hole right in the back. We'll just poke it through. Heck yeah. We've got some clamps made just like this side for that other side. Ray, you can put your hoses in there and the pack rats, everything you want. We're getting close. We switched gears from PVC pipe installer to body and fender. Got us a crack. When you shut the door, that obviously moves in.
You can see that, yeah.
And so if it was pushed out, if you push out on that, the door will shut. And if you look in here,
So it kind of needs to be welded across there.
and down
And then
that
this
seam.
thing down that seam.
Old aluminum, this truck's had a hard life, especially on the strip, on the dirt roads.
Definitely hard on
I
the
think
strip.
I think it'll solid right up and get a little weld around these rivets that are moving.
Okay.
I think it should fix it. I've got the hard job. Normally Riley's job, but I'll take the hard job this time. I'll just push that. That feels good. That feels a little better.
This has been kind of a busy day for a Friday. Usually I like to kind of slow down a little and take it easy on Friday because Sean's out cowboying. It didn't happen today. Welding gates on for the sewer company, welding on their truck a little bit, welding on these boxes. We got these boxes all welded together. Got a little piece of 3/4 running around there for the door to shut against. Both of them. I got the brackets that's going to bolt onto the side of that truck for the big box. So I was going to work on some doors so I could be all finished with this like Monday, but my latches won't be here until Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. I'm not really sure which. So I'll cut the doors out Monday. Well, it's the start of a new week. I've got a few doors to build for some boxes for this water truck I've been working on. But I wanted to show you what I got in the mail today. Actually, I got it Saturday. Yeah, I listened to you guys. I got one of these diamond cutoff wheels because these things are really dangerous. They do explode. as I have found out from the scars on my thumb. Anyway, I'm excited to give this a try. Thanks for the info on that. I'm gonna drag a piece of steel out, that piece of steel, and I'm gonna build some doors. I haven't really showed you guys much about this crane. In my old shop, the one that Sean has now, I built a crane that went against the wall. And when I started building this one, I decided I wanted a crane that worked out of the center. And so what I did is I took a Dana 70 rear end out of a 1.5 ton dually, and I cut one of the spindles off, and then I buried the rest of it in the ground before I poured the floor. So this thing has about 3.5 yards of concrete around the housing. And then that spindle stuck up, and I built this little adapter to bolt where the lugs do. Now it bolts to this beam. I got this beam from a friend of mine. And then I welded the other spindling right up there on the roof, top of the truss. And it's kind of a center joint for the truss. And that made it so it swivels. And then I welded this big I-beam out here. And it wasn't long enough, so I added a little bit to it. But now I'm going to cut it off and add a bunch more to it because I want it about 4 feet longer. Put a brace on it. This is just a Harbor Freight winch. They're not the best winches. I'd like to get a 4-ton cable winch and put on it, or a chain winch. I think they're a lot more powerful, a lot stronger. This is the 4th one I've gone through. The braking system on it, that's a caliper off a Toyota car, and I just got an old Ford emergency brake handle. That pulls it tight. You can lock it in position or unlock it. I've run power to it. I got just a big extension cord that goes up on the ceiling, so it brings power down to here. I got a retractable cord. Got a receiver hitch on here. I can put my chain sharpener in. I've got a little roller bender machine that I can put on there. But anyway, that's pretty much it. It works really good. I've lifted 3,000 pounds with it. No problem. Doesn't seem to have any stress on it anywhere, so it does exactly what I wanted it to do. Anywho, just stand up and see if we can set it on the sawhorses so I can cut it. Yeah, that crane is a handy son of a gun. It's probably one of the handiest tools that I've got in the shop, because it makes it so you can lift and move anything you can get through the door. Even the bridge, we picked the whole bridge up with it and set it on the trailer. We actually lifted one end, set it on and back the trailer, and then we picked the whole bridge up and slid it forward. So it's really handy. Anyhow, I'll get these doors laid out and we'll get them made. I always put a piece of aluminum out here to cut against. It makes it so your lines are a lot straighter. Quick tip, I don't know if any of you guys noticed this, but when I have to run a piece of aluminum out like that, I always put 2 vice grips on it. That way it holds it so this doesn't bend out there. I've cut enough with this, I know how far to set it. I always go back a 1/2 inch in the line and put my clamp. All right, doors are on this one. Got 4 hinges each side. Those are nice heavy weld-ons. And then this side overlaps. Now I just need a latch.
All right, Dad got these all welded up. I took the bolts out. That's off. We're going to make it match the other side just a little bit bigger. Your doors look pretty sweet too.
Turned out okay.
It may work. Let's get some holes marked, get to drilling, and mounting.
That drill's the wrist breaker. You gotta be careful with that
thing. You gotta have a hold of that bugger. It'll wind you up. It's not as bad as that Miller I got, but it's got a lot of power.
Watch that thing just shaking him as it grabs.
There's that one.
One of many. We've got to sturdy him up. Decided we're gonna weld a pipe to tie them together. I should have not traded you. That's heavier than it looks.
Oh, this camera's heavy enough. You got it.
That looks dang good.
Yeah, I like it.
Crawl in there, see if the doors work.
That's flat with the frame. I mean, at least you don't have a latch on there. I'm not worried about getting locked in. I could fit in there.
That's cool. That'd be nice to just leave your water pump on the truck. Anthony brought over some new toys. We punched 3 holes already. I think we're throwing our drills away. We were fighting the frame, sharpening bits halfway through, and this thing, 3 seconds. So anyways, I measured the front and not the back. So the holes are off a little bit. If that's a stopper. I wasn't counting, but that's like 6 seconds.
So
That's a work smarter, not harder tool right there.
That's cool. Yeah. We're a little slow on awesome tools, but we just discovered one. Our box only came to here. We was able to just miss that. So we're gonna cut these off, and we want to take 1.5-inch pipe and put across the front of this so it's smooth, and it's a cross member to hold all these together. Right here is the middle of the truck between the tires. And so when you're climbing pond dikes, when you're pumping out of a pond, Ray says it gets awful close to the fuel tanks. Who knows? Could drag bottom. So you don't want to snag just one C-channel and bend it. They need to have structure to tie them together. My Uncle JH passed away, and we bought this steel rack from him, stuff he left behind. He had some 1.5 inch, so putting it to good use, Uncle JH. It'll be on a water truck. We're getting down to little nitty gritty things. These doors to fill his water, splashing, sloshing, losing some water. So we made a lid. I took my marker, traced around it. So we'll cut a hole there to shoot water in, and it'll be that much smaller, less water will come out. Found an old piece of metal, looks like an old sign. There's a great big hole cut right there to get in if you ever need in there. 2 self-tappers, you can hinge that forward, still get in the tank. So he'll be losing a lot less water sloshing around. Paint for the boxes and latches. We're pretty well wrapped up with this old girl.
All I got left to do is put the latches on here. Got to put the latch on this one, and then mount these things on the truck. And then we'll be done with this project. I think that's tight enough. That's going to rattle a little. Maybe we got to put a little piece of foam in it.
Maybe. It's a good looking box. They have keys with them.
Yeah, same key fits both locks too. So
I swear we did this once. It just wasn't white. Yeah. There we go. Straight. Glad we went with the pipe on the bottom. I like the smooth. That's pretty slick.
we might should have painted it with some duller white.
Give it time, a year, it'll blend right in.
Yeah.
So, we've got some C-channel, middle and edge. We'll put 6 or so bolts in it. We'll go set the other side in, make them permanento.
Should be good.
Anti-rattle.
Yeah, I think that'll help.
Sweet. Gomer, you can get on now without falling. At least don't fall. You should be able to. She'll fill. It'll hold 2 suction hoses. That's a lot smaller hole. Should leak less. That one should leak a lot less. One more rig in the valley, gonna be moving some water. It's a pretty good
I think it
project.
turned out pretty nice. Gomer's gonna like it
He's gonna like it a lot.
because he's not gonna fall off the back and rip his leg open.
Exactly. Kind of fun working on trucks again.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Maybe we ought to get working on a cab over.
I think it's time. I think we go get that thing and see if we can make it run.
Make it run.
I mean, it's only been setting for what, 30 years? Or
We'll worry about driving once it runs, right?
right. Driving's the easy part.
Running's kind of critical.
Right.
Shoot. This has been a fun project. Took us quite a few days, a little bit of waiting on materials and time, but it's all yours, Ray.
Yeah, I like it.
Thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you next time.